that Thresh pick early on, if he gets a roam, you can do it.
You know, Southwind will roam as well, but that's right. If Ming roams there, the lockdown is there. Long time on the spell shield in the mid lane. So a big task here for Korn. The new addition to V5, excuse me, Vici Gaming. We'll see how that addition fares going into game 2 as RNG once again on match point. Our crowd has been a little bit quiet today, Raz.
Maybe they haven't turned them up. Beijing is never quiet.
Yeah,
it's a lesson that I've
that is
learned.
true.
They are never quiet. They even have a flag bearer. So we're just not hearing them. That saddens me as a human being, as a fan. My soul is darkened.
It's okay. Imagine it, folks, because RNG will be a lot of support in the arena here today, especially with RNG's recent success. There's going to be a blue side start here, and before we get to it, Youngdang there, solo red start here, so of course going to be a lot quicker for Karsa.
Yeah, that early wards on his Krug is going to be interesting for me. You always have to concern yourself if you're a Skarner that you may get invaded on, that you may have to deal with a little bit of pressure coming on the top side of the map. So understanding that Vladimir is going to be underneath his turret in the first rotation or clear of the jungle.
Yeah.
Probably concerned for Karsa there, so giving him that early vision.
We've seen level 2 ganks coming out of people like Clear Love. I think even Weiwei did it at one point as well on the Jarvan. We'll see what happens in the bottom lane. Quick trading here from Vici Gaming.
Yeah, actually just gonna come back to that one. My mind, don't know where it was. That was actually Chelizi's aggressive ward on the Krugs to catch out on Skarner's early path.
Of course.
So that's where my mind was. I'm just trying to see what the hell is happening. So, gonna have a good idea if they can contest top side. Usually, junglers start bot side. They would expect Skarner to be on the bot side of the map to start with. That would be, unless if they saw any form of early vision pre 50 seconds, the type we don't get to see on the level 1s.
It is going to be Predator Skarner there, of course, as well for Karsa, who hits level 3, but is heading towards red. That ward on top of Krugs. Now, when does that expire? Because looks like red's going to go down pretty fast.
They had it pretty early on, so I would expect it to expire in about 10 seconds time. It should be gone. But like that's still a great amount of vision. If he hasn't taken Krugs, then you know he's going full for a full clear without Krugs, or Krugs really late in the game. So they should recognize now it's cleared out, but the vision is already giving you so much that you know that he ends topside or he's completely foregone it. That Youngdang finally starting out this game without much pressure on his head.
Yeah, he can go straight to Scuttlecrab as well. That's just spawned up here. Pathing is there. Over he goes. So simple stuff.
And this is the concern that I had for Korn really early on. That you don't have too much control of your own wave as a Malzahar, and your spell shield cooldown is far too long, and you can start getting traded on with an electrocute Akali in the lane to deal with. So,
yeah.
That's my early concern. He does need a little bit of aid and help. If the wave gets frozen to where Xiahu has it right now, that's a damn shame. There we go. It's going to be pushing in a little bit more in favor of Korn, so that's going to be nice for him. That's the type of thing you have to be focusing on whenever you see an Akali versus Malzahar early on in the matchup. Take a look at Glacial Augment there for Korn too. So there, I wonder what the build is since we haven't seen too much Malzahar in the meta.
Maybe go to the hose into the Mystic Shadow.
Yeah.
I know that Korn was one of the proprietors of his pick last split as well. As Karsa making his way towards the mid lane. This is a deep invade just for the Spire.
But I like the idea of the hose. XDeck GLP is something that if we're thinking about who the frontliners are going to be for Vici Gaming, like the ultimate slicing Maelstrom alongside with Korn being able to get that slow across the board. Yeah, Xiahu just gave him the glare.
Yeah.
Like that in combination with each other can work well for Pup to get a good amount of time in these team fights to just start firing off.
Also means that, when we get to that level 6 mark as well, the lockdown, Xiahu's going to be in a pretty tough place if he doesn't manage the smoke screen first. Southwind, speaking of which, the flame missing there from Ming, uncharacteristic of the support of RNG.
Just trying to get that minion closer to him, man.
Of course, yeah, most important part. In that mid lane, speaking of that electrocute, as you mentioned there before, very aggressive summoner choice from Xiahu. Now, the Akali usually taking the fleet footwork, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the focus as Ignite's being dropped down on the bottom side. And a flash burnt there as well. Puff and Southwind slightly winning out on that trade due to a summoner.
That's what you would expect from Isaiah and Rakan early on. It's the Thresh that has to worry about his own safety with I mean, the Sivir always having that spell shield just in case, so working against Ming early on. And it's so tough as a Thresh trying to nail down a Rakan. Even with the Flame missing out early, you can always just jump right back to your AD carry if you play it right. There's always that question mark if you can play him as he's jumping back to his AD carry, cancel that out, and you're able to get a full trade on top of him. It's all about the timing at the end of the day.
Remember as well, if Ming misses anything, the auto attacks are just so punishing there on the Thresh Flay passive as well. So it's not like Ming doesn't have return damage, but in this bottom lane, Uzi and Ming, health disadvantage here against Puff and Southwind. And this time the lane not getting overshoved by Uzi and Ming, and it's not getting punished as Southwind flashes on in. Doesn't have the ignite, but the Blade Caller's there. Southwind doesn't need to get him because Puff secures first blood. That's the strength again. Double TP, it's Xiahu and Korn, but they're late to the party.
Now, even with the Aftershock being procced with his play, way too low. Just get killed out with the last auto attack that Puff was able to throw through. So great confidence from Puff and Southwind in the early laning phase to take it to Uzi.
And now Uzi's left in lane as he overstayed his welcome spell shield. Doesn't seem to be available. Puff wasn't able to catch him out as well.
Yeah, Ming having a hard time. Going to be coming back into the lane with sure ignite, but no flash makes him a primary target. So, you know, coming right into this one, getting a flash knock up on towards the Thresh. And a great dodge by Puff, too, so he doesn't get CC'd by that Thresh hook.
Yeah.
All in all, great 2v2 that you want to see from Vici Gaming early on going up against RNG.
And again, where does it start for Vici Gaming? It's the bottom lane. So Puff and Southwind once again showing their strength here. And Youngdang, now that he's going to have pressure, now that it looks like he's going to get Scuttle Crab, this just secures it even more so.
Yeah, I want to see what the item advantage we can get here. You remember Puff picked up that kill, too, so... Pickaxe, Caulfield's Warhammer versus Pickaxe and double Longsword. Yeah, that's going to be great there. It's just literally an upgrade that Puff was able to get from 5 extra AD and the cooldown reduction to boot.
Means that shove's just going to be keep on coming in. Uzi with the Pickaxe, double Longsword there. Only 5 CS behind, so kind of a good news. But in mid lane, Korn gets the shove out. You can see Ming was trying to move up to that mid lane as well. But nothing achieved.
And remember, if we're just trying to kind of bring this back to what it solves for Vici Gaming in between both these games, it gives Youngdang a lane to play through.
Lane to jump on with the Cataclysm. Level 5 out of the bottom lane here is they're going to have the advantage. That's an easy Blade Caller once again from Puff. Another kill onto Southwind, or rather onto Ming.
And it was perfect timing too, because for Youngdang, a player in last one that was actually getting bullied quite frequently and couldn't do too much through mid, having a lane just winning out in the bottom side of the map allows you to just, if he didn't find that control ward in the tri-bush to just kind of get that gank, he would have done it through a lane gank. And it's just working out so well for Vici Gaming the bottom side early.
By punishing Uzi, it means that he's stuck under this turret no matter what, without CS, without hope really in this lane right now. Vici Gaming have accrued that gold lead, and also the 2 kills have both gone to Puff here. They're going to back away, and they're going to have such a good lead.
So they had great amount of control wards to just be able to know for certain that this was unwarded during the entire venture. Easy kill. What does it mean? 2 kills now for Puff. 10 CS lead to begin with. Yep. Now, of course, that's being closed out, but Sivir is pushing on a wave too, so that's going to be closed out by the time. Actually, Zai is going to miss quite a bit of this one. Unfortunate back time ultimately, but still, a 2 kill is going to mean a lot more. Kind of crazy. That's actually what caught me up a little bit more. It's either the replays ended up covering for that. Because whenever we have discussions about an 80 carry being behind, but still having the CS, not CS advantage, but not covering that CS advantage off of a kill, this is the reason for it.
Yeah.
So what should have been just a strict 10 CS advantage is not going to mean too much with Sivir coming right back in the lane. Let's see what how much he can eat up in this wave.
Probably even more. It's only 7.
That's okay.
Okay, so 7 CS, it's kind of recouping the loss. 8 in the end as well. But we don't need to count each and every one.
Remember, a new wave coming back in the lane, so all this just matters. But like at the end of the day, you can already see Skarner coming through the lane gank. So they want to be able to respond to this, and Skarner has is level 7 at this point, so he's going to be coming in for an easy gank here.
Puff does not have that Essence River yet as well, so the damage is kind of matched there by Uzi.
And here's the greatest thing about this. RNG, the reason why they brought in the Thresh is not for the pick potential, but Skarner Ultimate tagged alongside with the Thresh Lantern is a play that you need to see here.
Yeah. Will Southwind get out well behind the minions? Safety's there for now. Uzi taking the brunt of the damage against Puff. Youngdang hovering, but now spotted out, and Karsa is backing away as well.
Yeah, they weren't comfortable with the fight. They have timing on the Cataclysm, and they know it's back up. So that would just nail down the plans that they have.
Korn's coming down here as
Oh,
well.
wow.
Is he going to be spotted out? Well, he walked over the Spire, which is already controlled by Youngdang. And Karsa's there on the Blast Cone. He's expecting a Blast Cone over to find the Jarvan.
They're trying to fire a play on somebody. Youngdang, they see him.
Predator, flag, and drag out, and the Spy is going to be the only take from that play. So that's Predator Procton. Scuttlecraft will be the take as well. Southwind pops onto the ultimate. That'll just deter them away.
He was confident he could find the pick there. He thought he can get him a little earlier on. The smite comes through, easily able to be whisked away there. Oh, here we go.
Chelizi might have ult potential here into the Sanguine pool. The transfusion proc's going to be there, but Chelizi pops the Hemoplague first, and Langx actually wins out on that trade in the end.
And he even has a Crimson Rush here to just heal right back up too, so sadness for Chelizi. He still has some life still. This is what's going to make this laning phase like mean so little.
Yeah.
These trades, just because there's so much sustain between the both of them.
Also means that as if Vladimir pushes in, Chelizi is going to have to make sure he stays safe. Up in that top lane, you mentioned the Cutlass there before, the life steal available. With the hard shove in here and the teleport available, Chelizi should be backing now closer to Hextech Gunblade.
It's good that Chelizi is backing, not just because of getting closer. He already got the Hextech, as you mentioned.
Yep.
But that health advantage, the fact that Karsa was topside, would have turned in towards a dive. But here's the lane swap coming through. Perfect timing to focus on Rift Herald.
And this time for Vici Gaming, looks like they started it off. So see if the response comes here quick, because as Rift Herald gets started, Karsa's still up here. By no means does he look like he's going to contest.
Yeah, whenever they get the first swap, they try and start it as quickly as possible so they can get the timing down. Rift Herald usually takes about 20 seconds to take. They do not want to be sold into a fight. So there we go. Rift Herald in favor of Vici Gaming because of that first swap.
And look at the pings going down mid. That is a lot of spam here from Youngdang. Puff Southwind walking with him as well. Rift Herald's here. Korn has priority in lane, so this Rift Herald is going to get dropped shortly.
They won't see anybody. No Akali. Nobody they can just try and jump on. That's the combo that they've been searching through with their composition, but here comes the play.
Okay, Rift Herald over the wall, teleports there as well. This is going to be Xiahu by the look of it. Now locked on down. That's a great Malefic Visions as well to add the damage. Xiahu in with perfect execution, and Southwind gets destroyed. Launching in here with the flank, and the Hemoplague lands onto two. Korn only just survives, but enough here as Vici Gaming have to run away. The Slicing Maelstrom available for Chelizi, but a hook from Ming that just succeeds all others. RNG in the perfect timing.
They'll look back on that and just think about how foolish it is to try and dive on Xiahu with his W available. He has a Shroud. So of course you can get the lockdown even with Southwind's W, but how are you going to lock down even further with Puff? Not possible. He can't get the auto attack through. So they weren't even able to take down Xiahu, and they dove in between two towers.
It seemed like Southwind got the better of himself going between those two turrets first, and not something you often see from Southwind, but now to make up for it onto Xiahu, they get the charm, they get the Blade Caller through the smoke screen as well, so Vici gets something back.
Yeah, it was in a minion wave, so easily able to get the Xayah damage to follow up on that one, so even more fighting.
Ooh, there's another pick. There's going to be Langx dropping down, double kill already to Puff, and Uzi might be caught out just the same as Puff starting to really knock him dead. 4-0 Xayah in the works.
Look, this is the best thing about the composition Vici Gaming have. They can just fight whenever. Right? If they're not expending all of their ultimates in one certain team fight, they will always have a leftover ultimate, some form of CC to continue on in anybody that's left over. So there we go. Vici Gaming just outright skirmishing, have a 2K goal lead.
Still ahead of Uzi. The biggest story here, Vici once again their bottom lane in an upright position. Berserker Greaves picked up. There's a QSS just bought out right there for Puff. So defensive itemization, and this is where Southwind decided to go for the dive.
So my mind here is just make use of the Rift Herald. There's no follow-up damage that can come down to either lock down Xiahu even further. Just look at how long the Shroud even is up and available. So there's no way you're committing to the dive that long. At least Korn survives through it all, but can't say the same thing for Chelizi.
Right. Great play, great hook. Easy stuff there from Ming. Langx with the flank. Big part of that, and recovery from Vici Gaming was my biggest surprise here, Red.
Yeah, the fact that they continue to find these picks. Didn't even see how Langx got out. Oh, okay, Cataclysm.
Fair enough.
Thought he can get out of that one, but of course didn't expect the full effect
That doesn't really make sense, does it? Like that, a pool of blood can't slip under a wall.
Hey, man. Maybe he has his head poked out.
Yeah.
I can't tell you much about the lore.
The vampire turtle. Okay.
But I know for certain, no, he probably didn't expect Youngdang to either have Cataclysm from the last fight.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't watching. For player's perspective is always important on that one. Or didn't think that he would just use it. So still got killed from that one. VG Gaming's pressure through mid is not going to dissipate. We just have to see if RNG can do anything else now.
It's like you said, for VG Gaming, drawing out these ultimates, all 5 of them are back up and available. While RNG still recovering from that last pick-off, and Langx still doesn't have the Hemoplate, but they're going to make the fight all the same. Here's Predator. There's Impale with the flash as well. They should have the damage with the transfusion, but Chelizi flashes second. Langx in for the third. And now into the fourth. We're into the mid lane again as Puff and Uzi go at it. 2 for 2 into the Blade Caller. We don't see it just yet. Puff has to heal. Almost gets taken out of Korn. Teleports in as well.
You're all right back on Uzi.
Youngdang underneath turret might actually dive for it. The second shot comes through. The third doesn't. He eventually dies. Southwind caught out into the Malefic Visions. The ultimate just gazes at him. Big mistake here from Vici Gaming as RNG teleport in from all over the place.
Didn't want to go for a full retreat. They should still be able to get this kill.
Karsa locks him. There's a death sentence. Good night to Southwind.
All right, there we go. Didn't want to go for a full retreat. We're just trying another go at Chelizi.
You know what? They want the delayed ace. Why not? Xiahu, who's in here as well, doesn't have the perfect execution, but he has the damage to follow up. Xiahu into the smoke screen underneath the turret. Chelizi wants the 1v2, almost does. A 1-for-1 trade after all is said and done.
So much of that pressure from Karsa going to the bottom side of the map, I didn't like it. I looked at that as like, where is the damage coming from? It's going to be coming from Vladimir. Your thought process is, you thought you like a lot of people, like RNG in that instance, they had the damage for it.
Yeah.
Wasn't the case. It turned into this, where Vici Gaming got the pick through mid. And take a look at how long this takes, because for how long it took, you saw Skarner was able to come back into the fold. Vici Gaming understood with how long this takes, they need to get out of here. But, take a look. They decided, Jarvan's like, maybe I can get the kill here, but you need to have timers on flash.
Yeah.
I cannot express this any more clearer. The fact that you went on that one and didn't know that Uzi still had flash on that is surprising to me.
When Puff got chunked down to 1/8 of his health, that needs to be the escape button pressed there for Vici Gaming, because this early game that was building up for the 80 carry has now just dropped. And RNG back in the swing of gold, 3,000 here moving into the mid game. Vici can only try and trade turrets off as RNG make the same approach bottom lane.
Chelizi know this is going to happen. Let's see if he can get away from this.
On the hunt has been popped. Chelizi now caught between 3 people. Predators there as well. Make it 4 perfect execution. He had no chance. They delay the turret dive while Vici get the top side of the map.
Absolutely bullied. What do you even say about that?
Vici going to try and make the trade in the top lane though, Raz, while RNG still work their way at the bottom lane turret. Chelizi getting taken down, spreads more kills across the map to RNG, and they're well ahead in their item spikes as well.
Able to get a full wave completely pushed in on the top side of the map, so it's going to be a lot longer of a lane for Vladimir to push in. Gives Korn back timing, Youngdang the same, Chelizi can just come back alive. They're going to lose out in the Earth Dragon. I think they thought that they had the time to come back into the map to contest this, but not the case. If you look in the red side jungle, completely control-worded up by RNG.
Yeah. This game's less about frustration for Vici Gaming, or maybe more so because of the mistakes that have been made. And RNG have just been clawing their way back in with these fights.
Look, whenever you see games like these, everybody's frustrated.
Yeah.
RNG's frustrated that they fell this far behind early on. Vici Gaming's frustrated that it seems like these fights are just going on constantly.
And they're just going on and on and on. This time it's going to be more visible frustration as Korn is bursted down to a thunder again. And RNG have set their Vladimir up for a success. Great flash from Langx, but into the slicing mouse from the 1v1 begins. Xiahu gets a bit of healing off, jumps in with perfect execution, wants to hit him hard but misses. Now on the hunt as Uzi has his turn, and a big Scorpion's coming in. Get over here! Chelizi knocked on down again. This guy gets bullied and bullied and bullied for his 4th death.
Yeah, this is when you start feeling sad for the Vici boys. Like, honestly, they feel like they've been put up against the wall when they had such a large goal lead.
Right.
And we're back to where we left off in game 1, where the vision control is deep into the blue side jungle, and they have to be starting from step 1 to take anything if they want to contest for Baron.
Gets even harder. You lose your outer turret in the top side of the map. Your blue side is completely nullified, and there is no way you're walking in there with Baron up right about now.
This is even a harder composition. If we're comparing it to last game had that Gragas, right? You're like, ooh, we got to have to deal with the cask. Maybe we can outplay it. This time around, you're dealing with a Thresh Hook, You're dealing with the unbeatable Skarner ultimate.
Yeah.
He's not going to be using it on...
and he's fast.
Yeah, that's true. That's the case. He's not going to be using it on Puff. But take a look at the fight here. Bought a lot of time with the pool to start with, and then Langx is able to get that Crimson Rush to begin. I think he even zoned it up. We'll have to see. No, actually, it was Youngdang because he realized everything was lethal. Yeah, it was all done and dusted. But yeah, when you see plays like these, you just feel frustrated for these teams that they put in so much for the play, and it just feels like it always turns up against them.
For Vici Gaming, the proactive maneuvers in the second game, turning more so on their head as RNG. It's been rough, but they've clawed their way back into this in another firm lead in game 2. 5K, Baron sitting there. The threat is very real for Vici as they try and move slowly into the enemy side.
Not only do we have a Predator for the Skarner, has Redemption, Righteous Glory. My bad on that one. He's going to move right in.
On the hunt as well. Ming going to flame with the box here from Soutwind. Good engage here. Turn around for Vici Gaming. Potential. Puff sends out the feathers once again. They need to fly, but Korn locks on down to 1. Karsa almost dies. Youngdang, the same boat here as they eventually get the Scorpion on the backline of Vici Gaming. A freaking havoc. Watch Puff and Soutwind here as Korn keeps them busy. Youngdang as well. Almost dies, but a good death sentence. And Uzi trying to dissuade the fight. But for Vici, 2 picks there. That could be Baron for them.
Yeah, and you're on a Malzahar comp, you could take Baron here. It has to be a contest here from RNG. They have the damage with Sivir and Vladimir, but look at the HP coming through, the regen on Vici Gaming. They could take this fight.
RNG don't want to be anywhere near the Baron. They've given it up. They say, look, we lost the fight. We're going to lose the Baron as well. Let's get something on the map. Clearing vision towards the bottom side where the next dragon's going to spawn and maybe find something else. But for Vici, a good news story in another game 2. Where they win the fight and they win the Baron.
Saw the dead body on the field, and it was a Kali. A Kali in that fight, if you look back to it, was crucial.
Yep.
Because, sure, the Cataclysm comes through, the Flash comes through from Uzi. He's no longer a part of it. RNG still has a great chance in that fight. Because the primary focus is the flank from both Vladimir and a Kali. That's going to wreck Puff's day. But Puff was able to reposition. This was the beginning. All that engage on top of Uzi was able to get out of it, albeit with 40% HP. And then you start seeing the damage. Look at Puff. Retreat to the top side. Have so much to be able to just feather dance, all of that. There was no way for Xiahu to come in on take the kill on Puff. And it screws RNG over, frankly.
I thought that was just a grand entrance, but Puff gets the edge of the feathers to get the lockdown as well. So perfectly played by the bottom lane of Vici Gaming. And the longer this game goes, the more these players become possible from Puff and Soutwind. Almost 3 items now on the Xayah after getting yet another kill in that fight.
Yeah, and he was delayed a little bit with that QSS, so once he gets that Infinity Edge, he's in a fabulous position. Right now, Vici Gaming are team fighting, at least if you see that last team fight, how they were able to perform. He still has his Flash. Crazy that we're seeing Puff still be in that position to stand and deliver.
And remember, the Southwind has 6 conversions in this game as well, so the Xayah and Rakan are going to be pumping out damage together.
Is he broken?
I think he's broken.
He just said that it was a better chance now for RNG to win.
Okay, let's reverse that. Probably RNG before, now he thinks Vici Gaming have got an edge.
What the hell is that? Something is in his chicken.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
Oh, wow. I'm not even going there, Raz. At this point, although Vici Gaming may have the Colonel's favor, it's still a big goal lead for RNG. It's still 3,000 coming into this 25-minute moment. And although Chelizi now has 2 items, so with the Zhonyas, he can go into the fight safely. I need to see Vici Gaming get yet another one to make me a believer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right. The reality is, this is probably what the Colonel is banking on. That Vici Gaming still need that one more fight. The Baron buff that they had here is far more defensive than it is them getting that opening to go for an inner turret. Yeah. But I look at the compositions and I say that, hey, I like that ultimate liquid vision, all that Korn and Chelizi is going to be able to provide if we're just talking about how Xiahu can find that flank. I think that's, if we're just talking about how Vici Gaming can play this one out in these fights, they can buy Puff a lot of time just by outright nullifying Xiahu and Langx's flank position. So is that what we see? Then I think we're in a great spot for Puff.
At the moment, that Baron that's being used defensively is just going to expire. And we're being put on a clock once again until the next one spawns. So getting the waves clear, you get a turret off it if you're Chelizi. So it's not like Vici can get absolutely anything.
not even diehard fans will look at, you know, Baron being taken away, a loss in team fight will think, you know who has a better chance?
Yeah.
The team that lost.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you're
Get
upset
their
by the
blood
Colonel.
boiling.
Yeah. I know you're just upset by the Colonel, but...
A splash of cold water on the face is what the Colonel was thinking.
We'll see. I'm sure they have a better option in Kentucky anyway. For Chelizi, though, in this game...
It is the best option.
still seems to be in the side lane against Vladimir, 20 CS down, but not that it matters at this point. Again, remember, 2 minutes 18 on the top right-hand corner of your screen. That's when we'll see the fight next. That's when we'll see that Baron contested for a second time.
I just want to see Magic Pen Boots bought by Korn at this point. He has a lot of great slow and like just basically a lot of wonderful utility in team fights.
Yep.
And I think just him having the flat penetration would be a lot that can help him in his cause. The range that he's able to have on his Q at this point just does a lot to Uzi in these fights. So if you're a Sivir and you're staring down the bottom of, like, you know, the range, the effective range Azaya has with her feathers is huge. And then you start thinking about the Malzahar that's just looking at you at all times. And then the Cannon ult range. So, like, it's realistically difficult for RNG to find these fights if they don't get all the setup.
Or you can just do what Xiahu's doing and set up the ult. Flash doesn't matter. Perfect execution in the name for Xiahu.
What do you even say after that?
That was intense. That was insane. That was beautiful from the Akali. But now for Vici Gaming, suddenly, when you have hope around this next Baron, you got a timer and you got an Akali who's pushing topside.
Yeah, this Akali's mad. Put her in the side lane and never let it go. That's the plan from this point forward.
And after that sick play, you're expecting the fourth item to start getting built. Now, they're saying the Vici Gaming 1,700 gold back in their pockets after Baron, or at least back into the lead. I'm going to translate that. Okay, great. Fantastic. 3K is the difference. It seems like RNG have actually just taken some back of that gold anyway. So that's that.
What I want to see, I think what RNG continues to do, Sivir through mid, so she gets pushed. Akali from top, she gets pushed consistently. It's not anything Vici Gaming can deal with. It always seems like they're just looking at a deep and dark forest, and they have to find a way to traverse it.
Yeah.
Skarner is in a great spot to be able to nail somebody with his ultimate. And I'm concerned for Youngdang in particular. He's going to be coming in, he's going to be their frontliner, throw down his flag, just to see if there's anybody in the bush, and he's going to be the one that gets caught out. So.
To be fair, though, if he gets caught out, the GA enables Puff and Soutwind to get into the fight.
That's the worst thing. No.
No.
No, I will never allow that to be a counterpoint.
Okay.
He's in a bad spot.
Well,
and that's a bad
either
spot.
way, Youngdang has GA, so...
Anything happens, he can die and revive
yeah,
about
that's
50%
it.
HP.
And then maybe he can flag and drag out. I don't know.
Hey, at least they have pressure now. Actually,
Yep.
they can just start it if they want, you know?
That's all the vision cleared as well. Good ward in the river. A lot of teams don't go for that. Puff, the Predator's going to be procced here. So we see Uzi go into the fight.
There we go.
Now everyone's split from Vici Gaming. Look at Karsa, forces the flash out of Southwind, flashes onto Chelizi. Over ambitious, maybe, but Chelizi burns his own.
Yeah, it's Chelizi and Southwind both flashing off of all of that.
Yep.
That's just a big win from RNG. I mean, sure, Karsa had to do it his own, but now that they're reclaiming vision control, that's not too concerning for Skarner. But it hurts for Southwind.
Look at where Xiahu is though, Raz. There's no vision to spot him here. Youngdang, the flag is down. You talked about this before. The GA, is it really the counterpoint, Raz? I don't think it is. That's one down already. And RNG, no Vici are abandoning the jungler as we go into a pause.
All right, Youngdang, what's your excuse now?
Any other league, I feel like we could say
Actually,
that. It's Karsa's like, man.
It's RNG side. Karsa's like, I did something wrong.
I think he hold it forward. I don't know. He's like, well, that's it.
All of his cups are upright,
Yep.
so that you can't say that anything spilled. He had a lot of cups in front of him.
What a time to pause that as well.
Something happened. It's not too bad of a timing because Jarvan was just dead in front of him.
Yep.
It wasn't like it was in the thick of things in the team fight, just like GP trying to ignite that last barrel and pause. What happened is JDG versus EDG in our regionals. That was a painful one. No one likes lag on land, my friend.
No, they do not.
But this one I don't think is anywhere near that. You can see Karsa owning it up.
Gives us a chance to break down maybe how we got in this position as well. I know that for Baron, there was well, I mean, Karsa's
What
laughing.
actually happened,
So,
Karsa?
I'm very curious. For the Baron play, instead of going straight to it, RNG cleared out vision and then just headed back mid.
Are all those top laners? I'm seeing them. I understand we can't, you know, say what's happening in the language, but literally all that was Amazing Jay, that was Zatai, that was Langx.
Yeah.
We just have a pool of top laners in this organization. They all want to play. You can make a team top lane. We already have a top esports.
Yeah, it's top esports, and then team top lane.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd get in trouble.
RNG, whenever they come into the field, they just have a whole slew of memes, and it's sad that we can never translate them. But I still love that they come out.
We still see that classic. I think it's Ming. Ming from stream. Or maybe Xiahu.
Look, whenever it comes down to memes coming from streams, like either it's
Doomby,
Mako, Doomby, all of them,
Amazing
it's just like
Dre,
the most unflattering photos of all time.
Amazing Jay when he cosplayed on stream.
Well, I mean, yeah. That hardly actually follows up. That
That's
hardly
true.
follows through. Like the fans don't bring that up to me. You know, that's
There
all
it is.
You just saw another picture with someone, you know, it was Ming, 100%.
Okay, so it
had
was
another
Ming.
bad hair day.
Yep.
You just get these.
Oh,
And now he's
okay,
dead.
now we're back in. Hello.
How you doing?
Youngdang had to experience that in slow motion, Raz, as we're now to a 5v4 and welcome you back to Summoner's Rift.
How does it feel to just be in limbo as you look at your own dead corpse?
You're like, I know I'm dead here. Yeah, popped. And Raz, you're definitely right about that counterpoint as we go into 4v5 mode with TP engaged.
We'll have to see what Horn can do in this fight. Doesn't have flash either yet, so let's see what hook. The hook has to be the decider.
We'll let everyone know that's a level 16 Vladimir, though, so if you can get in the back with Xiahu, who's also level 16, this is going to be big.
Okay, completely reset the HP of the Baron, and it did a lot of work on Karsa's HP, so good job on Vici Gaming stalling that one out. Oh!
Uzis. If anyone else was there from Vici Gaming, Uzi was dead.
Are they going to start with that's a lot of control. That's 2 control words and alright,
Slows things down, Raz.
Get it!
That was backstow from everyone apart from Uzi, so it was pretty big for RNG.
They didn't want to start it? Who? What?
Southwind's like, oh, just hit it once.
Please!
Hit it.
Team!
There you go.
Alright, they don't want to take that risk.
Amazing what pauses can do. Vici Gaming get a chance to go through another one.
What pauses can do,
Yeah.
says Hysterics.
Yep.
Jake, Hysterics, Ozzy Penko.
Karsa's not smiling, Raz.
Let's find out who is. Investigate.
Vici's not smiling.
No one is talking, nor are they smiling. This is not a joke, everybody.
Okay, so now this one is different.
Neither of them are smiling.
No.
Ah,
Upset.
everyone is serious.
Everyone
okay,
is
we got
very
him.
confused.
We got him. We got a smiling person. Anyways, back to...
Yeah,
I don't even know what the hell I'm saying at this stage of the
Okay.
game.
Sorry, that's what
But,
happens when you cast a
I mean, yes. Vici Gaming, at this stage, I would actually have gone for that play because I don't think, and I think what they're concerned about is a possibility of a flank ward that they haven't looked to set up and cleared, and you don't want the Vladimir to be able to find that. As you can see, over 9,000. I just want to keep just go through the audience, see what they got.
Yeah. Some good quality content. Sorry, what were you saying, Raz? You're onto something.
Yeah. I always cut myself off. It's probably frustrating other people. The fact that they could start Baron. They're concerned for flank wards. They don't want to get completely flanked out by Vladimir. That's something they do not want.
Yep.
So they're just going to try and play this one out slowly. They need to focus on their formation more so than anything because Puff just needs to protect it. So the fact that they were able to stall it out, Jarvan coming back onto the map, I think is a big plus from Vici.
Yeah, RNG not sitting on that Baron means that this game is definitely far from over. And for Vici Gaming, remember, they shored up the majority of this gold disadvantage that they had earlier on. So it means that they can contest with this Baron. And my best AD carry, it's very personal.
Yeah, it is.
It's very, very personal.
That's that personal list. Whenever somebody says, actually, statistically, this guy is better, I didn't say your best AD carry. That's mine.
That's true.
So screw you.
Summoner's Rift again. As I was mentioning before, that 3k gold lead, you can see on your screen, almost towards the 4 mark here for RNG, but at 30 minutes in, gold's getting less and less relevant as we get to our final items, especially for those AD carries. Double Zeal there. We'll have a look at how Youngdang got picked off before the replay.
Yeah, just to refresh your mind with all the pauses that came through. And of course, with the positioning that was put through, Xiahu on the bot side. Now we know why that happens. Karsa disconnected somehow. Look, this is what investigation gets you.
Yeah. I'm curious about the second pause, but I guess we won't get into
Doesn't matter.
No.
Got the resolution on the first pause. Okay. You thought the game was over at the 28-minute mark.
Only just began. That's 31 minutes in, so 3 minutes after the fact, Youngdang.
I like making rash conclusions.
He's going to be caught out.
Get out of there!
Is he going to pull him in with the Impale? Yes, he is. Vladimir's there as well. The land gets dropped on out as they jump onto Karsa, gets popped up twice. Southwind in as well as Vladimir flashes in. Xiahu comes in for the flank, and this is RNG's fight to be taken however they want. He glides across the dead body of Puff, and that's going to be all she takes here for RNG.
These are huge death timers, 47 seconds on Puff. They can just go straight towards the inhibitor, already pinging it.
Pauses all saying they feel revitalized after that one. It took Karsa to die so that they can take out the 4 members of Vici Gaming. This inhibitor, turret, and inhibitor itself doesn't stand a chance.
They got a pretty good wave here to work with. I think they try and go for the end.
All right, wave's going to start crashing in after the inhibitor gets dropped on down. Korn trying to dissuade them. Has a lot of wave clear, remember. But if he gets jumped on, it's going to be a different story. He flashes away, trying to slow down time, but he can't. He handles it. He's just the mage. And RNG coming to this game and this series as strong as we expected. Heading the Nexus away, flashing for the fancy play. A 2-0 for RNG again.
There we go.